So one thing I haven't talked about on this channel historically is gaming. And that's because I feel like gaming is more personal, in my opinion. Maybe even more personal than politics or religion, if you can believe it. But I'm an avid gamer. I grew up gaming from Nintendo and now playing on the Switch or playing even heavier console games like the Xbox Series X that I have or a PlayStation. I view gaming as a form of escapism, a way to decompress from life, and that's just what works for me occasionally. But throughout all this time, what I haven't given a fair chance or shake up until recently is gaming on the iPad. Such a thin and portable and yet powerful device can do all the gaming that I look for and that I enjoy doing seamlessly and even more versatile. Now, I've done another video talking about how the iPad can and does replace your Mac today, so that's going over a more professional or creator aspect of the whole thing. Today, I want to talk solely about gaming and has nothing to do with productivity and all about content consumption and just enjoyment. Now, as always, I like to give a little bit of a caveat here because I'm not the type of gamer who enjoys playing COD or PUBG, Fortnite, anything that involves like intensive rendering or high frame rates or something that's very competitive. I don't do any of that unless we're talking about Smash Bros. That I just clap cheeks on. Anyway, I'm more of a gamer who likes to enjoy story-driven games. Things that are typically first-person, maybe co-op, but it's definitely story-driven because I can do things at my own pace while I take in the atmosphere and the world building from music to Easter eggs and everything like that. So historically, I like playing games that are from like the Halo universe, The Last of Us, Zelda, Breath of the Wild, to Ocarina of Time. Anything that you could really just pace yourself on, that is more my pace and my speed of things. And virtually everything I just said can and does get played on this device. Just like this, it could be touch first, but I also like to just pair it with a controller. Specifically this controller. I like using an Xbox controller, always have. And even though I prefer PlayStation games for exclusive titles, I've always enjoyed using an Xbox controller over anything else. So I have this older one from an older console I've used, and it works just fine on my iPad. So anyway, the caveat is that I don't like playing 2026 game titles. I don't really care. That doesn't mean I won't try them, but that's not where my excitement derives from. That's not what I get nostalgia for. It's all about the games I played within the last 10 years to 20 years and things that just make me feel good in the moment. For example, one of my favorite series I have ever played, top 5, maybe even top 3, is the Red Dead universe. And right now, Netflix, if you have a subscription with Netflix, lets you play Red Dead 1 from the early 2010s for free. And I downloaded that game. I've been playing that game nonstop. And I've been having so much fun, and it's completely unlocked. It has the DLC available. It has all the cheats available if you care about doing that stuff. But it's all at your pace and completely free. Typically, I believe it's $40 or maybe $50 in the App Store, but that's no different than if you were to buy the game outright for PlayStation or Xbox. But I loved playing that game so long ago. And then the sequel, Red Dead 2, which is the prequel to the game. And I can play all of that on the iPad. Also, other games that came out that I enjoyed playing is stuff like Life is Strange. I loved that game 10 years ago, and that whole game is completely available on the iPad, so I get to play that as is, as well as all the sequels that came out since then. And other games like Hitman Sniper. I loved playing Hitman as well growing up, and that game is strictly an iPad or touch interface first game. It doesn't really work well with a controller. So even though that game was built for mobile gaming, that's a game I enjoy doing, and I could basically play that wherever as well. One of my favorite games, top 3, if not the first #1 favorite game ever, is a game called Knights of the Old Republic. It's a Star Wars game. It came out on the original Xbox so long ago, and that game is completely available in its entirety on the iPad, and that game alone I can get lost in for months. So anyway, all that to say that all these games are available that I enjoy playing. They're not graphic heavy or anything like that, but they're completely capable. They don't compromise in gamer mechanics or even sound design from music or audio or anything like that. And it leans into the iPad's strength, which is versatility. I can play it strictly on the iPad or on my studio display, or I can AirPlay it on my TV if I wanted to. And it once again shows that the iPad is the perfect all-around device for me for productivity, content creation, communication, and gaming, just leisure and consumption. Now, I haven't done this yet personally for my use case because I'm still going through all the direct iPad games that I can play with. But what makes this iPad such a powerhouse for gaming is because now it also taps into the Xbox cloud gaming that you can do, meaning you can stream all your games either through Game Pass or the games that you have on your console straight to the iPad, and now you get the high ProMotion 120 hertz, and you have a greater catalog of games, even newer games if you like that. I like staying in the 2010s personally because all my favorite games are from there, from The Last of Us, Red Dead, Halo, you name it. It's all from the 2010s. I like playing that stuff. But even newer games are now playable straight on the iPad, and we have ray tracing, ProMotion, one of the better, if not the best, screen real estates to work off of this stuff. And the only bottleneck is your internet connection. If you have slow internet, then you're gonna have latency in the gaming. I pay for fiber, so I don't have to worry about that. But now I can also play Halo if I wanted to do that. There are workarounds to doing this because you have to take the website and put it on your home screen to access the cloud gaming. It's not like a direct app, but it is doable. And I see a lot of people doing this. And I look forward to doing that eventually once I finish playing all my games that I've already bought and downloaded straight on the iPad. And I haven't even talked about the Delta emulator for Nintendo 64 or Game Boy Advance or any Game Boy games. And I liked playing those games back in the day too, from all the Pokemon games to playing Mario 64, GoldenEye. Like, I am a 90s kid. I'm a product of the 90s. So everything that I grew up in the 90s and 2000s is all accessible on the iPad, and I could just take it and go. I don't even have to be home to do that. I just take it and go and play. So when I'm traveling, which I got a lot of travel coming up, at no point am I worried about having any type of entertainment. So if I want to take a break from just YouTube or audiobooks, I can be more engaged and active with gaming. So anyway, I think this about wraps up the series I've been covering about iPad and how I've been using it away from YouTube and why I love this device so much, from productivity, from gaming to creation. Everything about this device is just fun. There's no amount of B-roll or exposition in just talking about the iPad. There's an element of fun that you only experience when you're hands-on with this device. Are there better ways to play these games? Yes. Are there better ways to be productive on a Mac? Sure. But at the end of the day, when it comes to the fun element, when we're paying a decent amount of money in modern tech era, there's something that the iPad has that's just strictly special that no other device I've got to experience comes close to giving me that same euphoria or wow factor. The iPad is my favorite device, and hopefully now you have seen over the last couple of videos why. If you have found this video informative, useful, or even entertaining, I'd appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. And if you've been in the market for an iPad or you've been contemplative about it, hopefully over the last couple of videos, I've been able to clear any of those confusions or answer any questions that you may have. And take it from me, I recommend an iPad. I like the iPad. And if any of this has resonated with you, I think you'll enjoy it too. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.